Before we investigate the evolving landscape of cybersecurity, let's go through another set of terminologies. Asset is anything valuable in an organization, such as information, applications, servers, laptops, databases, people, and buildings. Vulnerability is any weakness of asset, often refers to a flaw in a system that can leave it open to attack. This may be software bugs, an outdated version of operating system, a loophole in a policy, or any human error. Threats or attacks or adversaries, we use these three terms interchangeably in this course. They refer to the potential for threat source to exercise a specific vulnerability either accidentally or intentionally. Threat source can be represented by an actor with a motive. Actor of a threat source could be a person, a group of people, organization, or even the government. The motivation of actors, either for publicity, for fame, or financial gain, or political or religious causes. The third component of threat source is capability, that is required knowledge and available tools for the threat source to exploit or exercise the vulnerability. Risks is vulnerability exposed to threat that impacts asset. Risk is the central area covered by threat, vulnerability, and asset. We'll get into deep on how to model and assess risk later in the course. Controls or safeguards. These are countermeasures to reduce risk. This could include technical methods, administrative guidelines, regulatory policies, and so on. In our early internet days, we did not see the extent of the hacking and the need for cybersecurity. Today, we are 2 solid decades into the internet. The growing number of attacks on our cyberspace has become, in President Obama's words, one of the most serious economic and national security threats our nation faces. Now, we all know that fighting it costs lots of money, and it's really hard. Let's look at the evolving landscape in cybersecurity from both offense and defense sides. On offense, namely threats, attacks, or adversaries. On the defense, we use terms controls, safeguards, or security measures interchangeably throughout this course. Let's start from early 1990s, when computers become increasingly connected and usable to the masses. The main challenges and threats were viruses, worms, open networks, and systems with insecure configurations. The defense solution are antivirus, firewalls, secure configuration guidelines to ensure our systems are properly protected. At this point, we're at the protection phase, and the security focus is vulnerability management. Lessons learned then are to build systems with the security in mind and ability to keep them up to date. Fast forward 10 years in 2000s, when attack tools such as script kiddies is widely available. The main threats are client-side attacks that exploit vulnerability in web browser, messaging or streaming applications, automated probes and scans. There are too many alerts and logs to review. And the defense solutions came up with a security information and event management, SIEM, and intrusion detection system, IDS. This is at the detection phase. The security focus is on threat management. And lessons learned there are that the protection technology in the 90s are not foolproof. Humans still remain the weakest link. Analysts are needed to review security logs. Now, our current days, in 2010s, the attackers' ecosystem are maturing with great tools. With the emergence of IoT technologies, sensors become network perimeters, and traditional in-depth layered perimeter-focused defenses no longer sufficient. The challenges we're facing are persistent target attacks, APT, distributed denial of services, DDoS, botnet attacks from a collection of connected devices that are infected and controlled by common type of malware, phishing, ransomware. This is the age of instant response, and we need firefighting tools such as endpoint detection and response, EDR, identity access management. Nowadays, the security focus is on risk management, and the rise of independent CISO, Chief Innovation Security Officers, function outside of IT. Lessons learned are that we have to assume breach. All the things we thought should keep us secure aren't really keeping us secure. And no industry is immune to data loss. Any organization that has sensitive data, which is every organization with employees or confidential business information, can be a target. Security threats are growing at a faster pace than the industry can react or adapt to it. The threat landscape is more dynamic than ever. With the increasing sophistication and growing frequency of cyber threats, more advanced and high-quality tools available assisting attackers. The required action and technical knowledge is declining since there's more automated threats can be exercised. Attackers rapidly adapting new techniques and strategies to circumvent new security measures and evade the detection. Attackers take no break. Another interesting technical shifting on the defense side is emerging as well. The defense strategy from vulnerability management focusing on protection in first internet decade, shifting to threat management focusing on detection phase in the second decade. And today's strategy focuses on risk management with a dedicated CISO function and focusing on instant responding. Now, what's next? What kind of threats or attacks should we see coming in the next decade, 2020s? How should we get prepared for them?